What's up, guys? Welcome back. We got a brand new season of Marvel Snap. July's maximum effort season is live now, and it brings two new cards in Hydra Bob and the season pass card Gwenpool. Now we're going to be talking about not him, but her today, as she has the potential to be one of the best forecast cards in all of Marvel Snap. She's got insane plug-and-play potential, really great cube thieving play lines in general, and has the ability to supercharge some older cards that could really use the spark. Now, she's one of the coolest heroes, and so I'm excited to break down who's Gwenpool. Now, Gwendolyn Poole is from our exact universe and world, not the Marvel one, but ours, where superheroes are fictional characters from comics and movies. And, well, she loved to escape reality and dive deep into comics and play games, all the stuff that we do. But through unrevealed means, Gwen found herself in between the pages of the Marvel universe, being sucked into the comics herself. However, just like Deadpool, she is aware of her own existence as a character in the stories. But unlike the Merc with a mouth, she has the ability to change the reality of the comic or the story by peeking ahead to the end of the story to see the result and change it, and even having the ability to talk with her past or future self. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if I'm alone here, but the Choose Your Own Adventure books, right? Where you're going through your story and it's like, hey, do you want to go to the palace or go to the king at the swamp? And I go to the king at the swamp because it sounds awesome. And then the swamp eels eat my freaking face off and I die. So I just pretend I didn't read it and I go back to the other page and then we head to the palace. I imagine that's kind of what Gwenpool does within the comic universe. Now, Gwenpool by herself doesn't have, superhero strength or speed or anything outside of, some pretty OP abilities. And after full realization of these powers, she wanted to become a hero herself, and thus Gwenpool was born. Now, her main utilization and OP abilities come from, knowing the lore of all the characters in comics that she's read about for years, their weaknesses, their strengths, what's to come, future deaths and threats, and, bending the future to her favor. She has faced off with Taskmaster, MODOK. She's teamed up with the best of Marvel characters like Spider-Man and the Avengers, amongst plenty of others. Altogether, really cool hero, great concept, and probably has the ability to be one of the strongest in all of Marvel just because of her sheer ability and knowledge. But in Marvel Snap, she's a 4-cost 6-power card. She has the on-reveal ability to pick a random card in your hand 3 separate times and give it +2 power each time. So this could give something like Iron Man +2 or +4, or it can divide the power out equally amongst 3 random cards. Or if Iron Man's your only card, he's going to get all 3 +2 boosts. So guys, on paper, she's got a really good ability potentially, right? She has the 4-12 stat line if you look at all the power distributed, and she has some really unique plays but simple plays as well, which I think is perfect for a season pass card. But after playing her a while, how did she fare out? Starting off, as always, we go to the competitive factor, and guys, she is an easy 4-star card. Love the gifting of power, can really be precise in the cards that you give it to for huge burst potential, or you can just play her out and get a nice +2 power for a lot of the cards that you were already going to play. Now, there is some RNG elements involved, and we're going to have to see how this evolves over time, but really enjoyed her in specific deck builds, but also in just about any deck, which I think is really powerful for her as a card. Of course, drawing her late, you really don't get a lot out of her. Even turn 5 can be tough, obviously. However, the later it is in the game, the fewer cards you should have in your hand, and you're able to give much more power to play on turn 6. But if you get her on turn 6, then obviously you don't really have a lot to do with her ability. Now, moving on over to the fun factor, guys, I think she's about a 4 out of 5. I think the boosting power mechanic is a lot of fun, and there's some cards that you can really manipulate this with to just have great value. Because she's good value of a stat stick in general, I find her fun to play as well, and definitely one of those cards that I can see myself playing in the future well past her own season. Now, flexibility, I'm going to give her a 4 as well. Maybe not a perfect 5. There's some awkward decks you don't want her in, like Ramp and others, but she does work in a large amount of archetypes, from Black Panther builds to Move to Patriot to Surfer. There's a lot of different ways that you can utilize the giftable power, and that's one of her strongest suits. And when it comes to adjustments, right down the middle, I'm not really sure. I don't think they're going to boost her or nerf her. We have seen them adjust season pass cards later. If she's underperforming, you could probably guarantee there's going to be a buff, but I think they have her about where they want her. All right, now this card's got a lot of synergy. There's a lot of synergy to break down with Gwenpool and the places that she can work. And so I want to go ahead and separate it by a couple of categories, right? And we're going to start with the power hungry. These are going to be the cards that they want this power more so than any other cards because they can really utilize it for a super burst in potential. Of course, Sebastian Shaw is a no-brainer, really good card. to just skyrocket in value. Gwenpool and him are going to be a great combo together that I can see being played a ton in a variety of decks. Most specifically Surfer, but this can definitely be played outside of it in like this boosting power deck alongside things like Okoye and Nakia. Guys, Black Panther could find his days in the sun. Obviously, he wants this boostable power. It's a good curve play as well, and so definitely don't mind the King of Wakanda being played with Gwenpool. Brood, right? Brood is an insane card, getting +2, but imagine +4, maybe even +6. Having a huge turn swing with just one card being played. Brood is obviously one that wants the power. Destroy cards, Dawkin and Deadpool, both of these have the chance to boost up to crazy power numbers with Gwenpool if you can find a way to destroy and play him out accordingly. Dawkin, it feels great because you don't need to keep destroying him. You simply play him down and then you can deal with his shard later on. So I think this is a great contender for Gwenpool. Gilgamesh loves boosted cards. You have Human Torch that can, continue to multiply its power. A lot of great just MVPs for Gwenpool as a whole. And that takes us to our next group, and that is the ability abusing, right? These are cards that can abuse Gwenpool's abilities, such as Absorbing Man, being able to play it right after her if you can play her early with something like Psylocke, or, maybe you get down a Zabu if you're still playing him. 2 Gwenpools is absolutely insane, and you could do so for cheap with something like Grandmaster as well. Definitely going to be diving into that when we do some synergistic plays with her decks. Makari is a way to abuse her power by simply having her play herself, and then her boosting +2 is going to be going to a smaller sort of cards, which is definitely advantageous. And then to what I just said, Psylocke, Zabu, these cards are going to help you play Gwenpool earlier, and sometimes earlier is better. Now, other just great targets in general are going to be things like Iron Man, who obviously is going to double the power that he gets, and that's just fantastic. We love Iron Man and Bass decks. Going to be awesome with Gwenpool. Wasp is a free card that you can easily play out in Patriot decks to go alongside Brood. And Zoo decks. I think Zoo decks is going to be more of our focus tomorrow with Hydra Bob, but I love Gwenpool with Zoo. You're going to be playing cheap cards anyway. You don't care who gets the buffs so long as you can play them down. For instance, giving this to cards like a Demon or a Hood to negate the negative power. Getting a Demon out there or a Hydra Bob with like 1/8 stats is just pure ridiculous. And then, of course, all that does work with Gilgamesh, so that all just screams beautiful. Outside of that, guys, Galactus, just getting that early power could really be advantageous to make sure that you win the lane that you play him in. Or, of course, the energy reduction cards like She-Hulk and or Scar. Scar loves cards that can be boosted and then played out. It's a little bit late in the game, but I think Scar will definitely be able to cheapen his power with Gwenpool. Plenty of 8 power cards to take to 10. And then probably the best, by far, is Mysterio and, of course, Mockingbird, who's like the new Jeff the Shark. Mysterio getting this gifted power is awesome. It's like a mini Doctor Doom in some cases. And then obviously you play Mysterio into either Sasquatch or Mockingbird. Mockingbird already has 9 power. You can get this to 11, 13, and make it pretty cheap. This is going to be probably, if not the best synergy, right up there. So with all the possibilities, guys, which deck did I want to target day one to play with Gwenpool? Introducing
Pool Party, and it's all about getting Kitty Pryde as big as possible with different power boosting mechanics. So we've got Nico Minoru, we have Forge. Of course, with Nico, you can boost power, but we can also copy cards, which is huge with a built-up Kitty Pryde. Hulkbuster and Shuri are going to do the same thing. We obviously want to build up our Kitty Pryde and play her into Shuri so that we can eventually Taskmaster this large power Kitty Pryde. Now, Gwenpool, the newest card, is going to help us boost this a little bit more, and really the only target you don't want her to hit is Taskmaster. We have Red Hulk as a nice insurance plan, and She-Hulk is probably the most flexible within the deck. She-Hulk is great to go ahead and skip turn 5, especially if you play into Hope Summers, and then you can play her on turn 6 into Shuri for 20 points of power. And then you've got the Kitty Pryde that you've built up alongside some other cards. A lot of different play lines and game plans with the deck in general. I would say armor isn't totally needed if you want to go with a tech card in her spot, but for the most part, the deck just is very straightforward. You know exactly what turns to play what, and overall, it's enjoyable. And I think there's a lot of different decks to play with Gwenpool, but I wanted to start here because it's an old classic that I had a lot of fun with. Now for our other deck here, way less serious, and this is just all about boosted power. Now, essentially, we have several cards here that want to get boosted power, and we have a lot of cards here that also give boosted power, and we're going to use Psylocke and Zabu to get some cards out early. Shuri, Wong, Gwenpool, all these can be played out on turn 3, assuming we pull Zabu and Psylocke in our opening hand. Fastos, not crazy about him, definitely replaceable, but he does get the job done. And we're trying to get Black Panther and Nimrod and Sebastian Shaw that boosted power so that we can either Arnim Zola them or Taskmaster. You have some huge pop-off potentials by playing cards into Shuri or Wong in Shuri, or just Wong with Black Panther. And then you can also obviously have Venom to destroy the Nimrod, or just eat everything up and then Taskmaster the Venom play on turn 6. A lot of different unique play lines. I would say this has a great cube rate, definitely a cheeky, greedy deck, but I wanted to try something that was kind of all into the boosted power approach, and I did a couple games with this, but most of the games are going to be with the Kitty Pryde deck.
You might have noticed my voice was a little different there, and that's because I'm actually not here. I'm not in studio. I'm across the country on a summer vacation planned over a year ago. But it's a new season, and I couldn't leave you guys hanging. So let's take it away to Future Cozy. All right, now, as you guys can see, I'm actually on vacation, and forgot a couple things. First of all, I'm in Florida, and if you can't tell, a hurricane hit, or it's about to hit, so it's a little windy, but I couldn't leave you guys hanging, and I'm dying to play the card. So I'll probably do a couple battles here, and then I'll do the rest, I don't know, sitting down in a balcony. See how this goes? Let's jump in. So we are actually starting on turn 2, turn 1 recording errors, but we do have kind of what we're looking for early on. We've got the Nico into Kitty Pryde. We're just trying to get as much power to Kitty Pryde as possible in these early turns. Gonna give her the +2 and kind of an obvious what path we want to go with this. Love skipping turn 5, going into turn 6 with the She-Hulk play, or you do the Shuri and the Kitty, like I explained on the deck breakdown. I think I'm going to die, by the way. This is wild. So turn 3 here. Top deck the Angela, not bad. Let's go to play her in New York, and we have a good Jin here. And if I play my Jin right, I can either full skip her She-Hulk, or we could play the Red Hulk early. So I'm thinking, let's go 1 on Nord Dimension, 1 on New York, build up the Angel a little bit, and go into turn 4. We should be able to have enough to play the Red Hulk down, and I'm thinking I'll probably put him on Krakoa, so we can get massive points to top deck. And as long as it doesn't go to Taskmaster, because it's worthless, then we're looking pretty good. And I thought for a while, should I be putting Taskmaster with Gwenpool? Kind of anti-synergy there, but yeah, why not, right? Like, even a couple extra power points is kind of worth it for me. Cheap cards means we can actually play them. By the way, if this is super windy footage, we're definitely on my back. All right, cool. Building up that lane, definitely. Let's go to Throne. Red Hulk over here. Krakoa, get a snap, because why wouldn't I? You'd think he would probably leave, but he probably wants to do the same. Looks like little Timmy's playing Airship. So there we go, Red Hulk down, Pryde down, he's staying, guys. I think I'm gonna die. I want to go surfing here really badly. Like, this is, the waves are epic right now. Koa explains why he stayed. Holy crap, sorry about the footage being all over the place. Explains why he stays. We're up a little bit, and we're going here. Alright, so Kitty Pryde comes back. We have 6. We got a 22 Gwenpool. Okay, so it's not Taskmaster. Perfect. Kind of weird on cost, though. We could go with, like, Shuri into Kitty Pryde and do that thing, but I think we got to play the big Gwenpool here. Alright, so I'm going to go Kitty Pryde middle. Let's go Gwenpool left. And I think we should be good on power here. Obviously, he has like a Shang-Chi that's gonna be pretty bad, but I feel okay. Place a leech down in the middle. SOP, no big deal though, didn't have beyond reveal coverage. Spider-Man goes over, takes the left. Sure, the right shin into the middle, and here we go. We have 25, 15, 19. We top deck Forge. Honestly, it seems pretty easy. I think I'm going to abandon the middle, or we can kind of fight for all the lanes here. All right, so we're gonna put like the weakest cards in the middle. Let's go on this right side. Middle Kitty Pryde, and then just stack power. This kind of splits us up pretty nicely. Looks like he moved into the middle. Can we beat his power right side? We have 32. Middle, we obviously lost. Plays a 23 Legion. New York again, 25, 17 Mockingbird. Yeah, done and done. We come away with a beautiful 4-cuber. And yeah, this is probably the last battle on the beach, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna head back inside, or at least on a balcony where it's not as bad. And if it was super windy, my bad. All right, so we're back here, and now I'm under at least some roofage. Maybe the wind's not as bad. I already apologize to whatever audio. I'm gonna try to make it better, but it's probably not. But we're gonna go into battle number 2 here, and we're going up against Yet Blood. Inco, I can't say it, but either way. Kitty Pryde turn 1, not bad. We'll go and just play her down and get free power from her. And obviously, I kind of love it. Can get awkward on turn 2 because there's not a ton of play lines, but on this one, we've got it pretty easy. Not gonna play Nico with the demon. Not gonna play Hulkbuster by himself, obviously. So we'll go Kitty Pryde down now. Get Kitty Pryde a little bit more bonus power. Obviously, our next turn, simply put, just do a little kitty into Hulkbuster. And we're already kind of sitting pretty with a massive Kitty Pryde. And we've got the She-Hulk in hand, so things are looking pretty good here. We top deck the Gwenpool, that's definitely nice, and let's go and throw down our play line with Kitty Pryde and Hulkbuster. So at this point, Gwenpool can pump up the Kitty Pryde even more. Don't have Taskmaster in hand, so we know that's going to be A-okay there. And we're playing a Patriot deck, for sure. So got to look out for, obviously, Washington, D.C., get the hell out of that location. You know, expect the Ultron finish these days, usually. And just like that, we have 7 power, beautiful. Head into the next turn. This is an obvious play. Just gonna go with the Gwenpool. We have Shuri as well, and so we kind of have this written in blood, right? Like, we're gonna play the Gwenpool down here, and if she can hit Kitty Pryde even one time, even if she does it, we're fine. But if she can, we're looking really good here. Let's wait for Yet Blood here. All right, he's going Kazar, so definitely setting up for the Ultron, if I were to guess. Moves over to Asteroid M. And here goes Gwenpool, and perfectly dodged Kitty Pryde, just as we built together here. So not great, but we do have Shuri getting the boost. We top deck the Taskmaster. Not bad at all. Yeah, so what? We just go Shuri left side on Asteroid M, followed by Kitty Pryde. We'll get the 14, 15 power Kitty Pryde. And then next turn, just play Kitty and Task, yeah? We will probably lose. We can't play on Washington. The drone's gonna be too good. We kind of risk it here a little bit. We're gonna snap. But I'm a little nervous here about playing into turn 6. We're gonna do it for the content. If I lose, I lose. We're gonna put up a decent fight, just depends where he puts Ultron. The Thing. Okay. Okay. Don't know if I was expecting that. And then we have Red Hulk at 13. That's not awful either. And we top deck the armor. So I think I'm gonna go stack left side heavy and then right side. So if we stack left side kind of heavy, we get to 20 power. Probably wins the tiebreaker. But we're going to play it out. We're going to play it out anyway. We'll go Kitty Pryde left side here. And then Task right. And Crush Fingers. I don't like the risky... Oh, crap. Okay, he played... Oh, 3 cards. Okay, no Ultron. Guess he didn't top deck it. So we got Debris Rocks. Drags Debris to the left. Little glitching here on the screen. What's happening in my game? Squirrel Girl goes down. Ant-Man. We're good. We're good. Done. We won. I don't know if we should have or if we deserved it, but we got it. So even with Gwenpool not hitting the Kitty Pryde, not bad. And I think the deck's cool. I think it has a lot of potential and surprise factor. It's not the best build. Built it kind of fast, but it does remind me of when Kitty Pryde Shuri was like a really good deck. Maybe you want to splash in some tech cards, things like that. Alrighty, guys, we have Wong, Nimrod, Shuri, Cersei, and Phastos. I'll take the Cersei. Not much we could do here. Pretty much everything gives power in the deck, and most things want power, so it's bound to be ridiculous. The Wong is just because let's just go super greedy, why not? And what's cool is Nimrod is great for Shang-Chi, right? You just get punted, and then it's obviously just fine. Quinjet Bishop go down on his side. We've got Zabu and Phastos. So let's get Phastos down. Do we want Phastos now?
Yeah, let's get Fasters down now. Maybe we get some decent discounts. Nothing too crazy to do here. We didn't get Psylocke or Zabu early. But we get a turn 7. Couldn't be more perfect for the deck that we're trying to play right now. Because now we can take our time building up this Nimrod, and we're just going to spread the ever-living hell out of it. We got an Arnim Zola that got +2 power because Fasters can never do his job right. And we've got the Wong into Shuri, and he's snapping. Okay, we're going to snap back, no question. And let's get Wong down right now, followed by Shuri, followed by Nimrod, followed by Venom. Game over? I think so. Or he's at least going to realize what we're doing and get the hell out of here. If we could get Gwenpool, awesome. It's Gwenpool video, and obviously you guys... Okay. He played Galactus. Okay. It's okay. Wong died a tragic death. We did get Gwenpool, but we only have 1 turn, which I think is fine. So if we play Gwenpool down now, and I play Zabu, and then we just finish on Cersei, do we just hope this hits Cersei? Yeah, we're doing it. Okay. He goes Kyera and Mirage, which takes our Venom. Can we get one of those on Cersei? Nope, he avoids Cersei like the plague. Awesome. Okay. Well, guys, we are doing the old gamble. The old gamble for 8 cubes. You love to see it. We have a 4, a 5, and a 2. Here we go. Yo, that's not bad. Uh-oh. Come on. Stay low. Stay low. Stay low.
Victory.
I'll take it. That was one of the best Cerseis that we could have asked for. Our Zabu went to a 10. We didn't deserve that one. Alright guys, so it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video today, but I wanted to get a couple battles. The Kitty Pryde deck I think is pretty good. The other one's a meme deck, but a ton of fun. Definitely going to be playing with that as I climb up to Infinite for a good time. Hydra Bob has an incredible backstory, and that'll be out the video following this one. And yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good season. Gwenpool, I think, is a good card. I think she's going to be great in the future, and I feel pretty good about the rating. I'll update you guys as I get to play with her more. But yeah, looking forward to it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy snapping. Have a good one. Have a great one. I mixed that up, but bye-bye.